This is a video tutorial on how to fix your broken thumbnail such as this to make a repair so that you've got a fully functional thumb again. So what you'll need to do this is some super glue, a tea bag and nail polish, nail varnish I should say, that's clear, just to give it a final coat. And if you're also a little bit picky, a nail file. Alright, the first thing you want to do is get your tea bag, cut it open, take the tea out. I've already made a repair on this, but it fell off, so I'm just doing this again, and I figured I might as well record it this time. That's why my thumbnail looks a bit weird. It's because it's had super glue on it. Alright, so cut a strip and put it over your thumb, and you want it to either cover all of your nail or the part that's broken, whatever you think is better. Right, so just layer that over, see if it fits. Yep, that's good enough. It's fine if it overhangs, because what you'll do is you'll get the nail file and you'll file that at the end once it's all dry. So line up your broken thumbnail if you can. Now we're going to put some super glue on top of that. Now it's important to note, if you're doing this, make sure you're not cut or bleeding when you're using the super glue, because you don't want it to get into your blood. Now as soon as you touch it down, the super glue will soak through, so you don't want to touch this with your fingers, otherwise it'll glue to your finger. And then just go over the top with some more super glue so it's soaked through on all of that paper. Now that it's on there, I'm just going to let that dry. If you want it to be stronger, apply another layer. Now previously I had 3 layers on this and it worked fine, and it was quite strong. I have done it before with 1 layer, but I think with this, because the actual break in the thumbnail is quite long, it's about a centimetre long, it'll probably need a couple of layers to make it strong. Alright, so just putting the next layer on. It doesn't have to be completely dry, just give it 30 seconds or so to harden up a bit. And you only need a thin layer of super glue over the top. Alright, this is the third and final layer. And if you've made it a bit too big, you can just trim it. So it looks like that now. Now what I'm going to do, you don't have to do this, but it'll probably work out better if you do, is put a coat of clear nail varnish over the top. Right, so it looks a bit weird now. We've got all this paper here. What we're going to do is trim off that excess. Now that it's trimmed, get a nail file and just brush down in a downwards motion just to get any of that excess paper off. If it's being tricky, you can go sideways, but just be careful you don't rip off the actual paper from the thumbnail. And you can use this hook part if you've got any glue stuck under your thumbnail. Alright, so that's dried now. Kind of looks a bit weird, but that's pretty sturdy, and it's going to hold that nail in place while it grows. And if this falls off, it won't take very long to make a new one to go over the top. If you want it to be a bit picky, you could get something finer than this, one of those thicker emery boards with a really fine sandpaper on it, and go over your thumb just to buff it, and it might actually come up looking like a normal thumbnail. So there we go. If you use 3 layers, it's going to be pretty sturdy, but it's not going to be transparent and it might look a bit weird. But if you only used 1 layer, then you could probably, with the emery board, get that looking quite neat. There you go, that's it for how to fix your thumbnail. Hope you like this video. Laters.